Welcome to Know Your Tools, episode number 6. Today we're going to be looking at the text tool. It's the one down the side here. It's a T. I assume it stands for text, and you probably know how to use it because it works very similar to Microsoft Word or any of those kind of text-related programs that you might have used before. But I'm hoping I'll be able to show you how to use it better, how to use it more effectively, and how to be able to tweak your text a little bit more than what you might be used to. So firstly, what I want you to be able to do is see this character box over here on the side. So if you don't have that on your right hand side there, jump up the top and click on Window right up the top of your screen and find the character section. If it doesn't have a tick next to it, click on it, and this is what we're going to be looking at today. In this case, I'm going to type in Jack Bing. And this is how you could literally just make my YouTube logo. This is how I made my YouTube logo. This at the moment looks pretty standard, but using only this box and the options over here, we'll be able to recreate my YouTube logo, which is pretty simple to be honest, but sometimes simple works better. So let's start off over here where you've got the font type. You can see the font is a pretty standard font. It's called Anton. It's here in the character section, and it's also here up at top if you ever just want to use that. But I recommend that you use this character section over here where you've got heaps more options. So the font that I use for my logo is called Third Rail. So if I click on it, it's up here in my favorites, and there it is. That's the font change. In the next box here, you can see you've only got the regular type for this, but you might have a bold or italic or a different version of that font where you can select it there. Over here, you've got the font size. Now, the reason I want to show you the character area is because you've got a couple of options here. You actually could type in 1000 if you wanted to make it larger, or you can actually grab this here and click on it and drag it either side, and that can also change your size. So that's sometimes an easier way to do it, especially if you're just trying to make small changes and you want to see it on the go. You just drag it smaller as you go. I'm going to bring it right up. I'm also going to go back over here into the text type and put it onto 2 lines just like my logo actually is. I'm going to drag it into the center of this picture, and we're going to move on to the next box here, which is line spacing. So you can see that it's set at that at the moment, and that gap is a little bit too big for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it and drag it to the left, and I'm going to close that line up to about there. So we get a tiny little bit of overlap, but it looks really nice and tight, good for a logo. Next up, we're going to move over to the tracking. It's that VA logo there right underneath. And what we're going to do is same way you can drag it. This is where you set the distance of your characters. So if I made it up to plus 60 or 80, you can see it spreads out. Or if you brought it back to minus 60 or 120, it goes in really close. So where we wanted to see it is about minus 40. So again, we've got the spacing nice and close, and we've got our tracking nice and close as well. And just remember as well, just as usual, you can type it in, or you can use that dragging method that I've been using. Now there you go, you can see that is pretty much my logo. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for the sake of this image. I believe my logo is on a bit of an angle too, so as we saw in the Move Tool video, you can just drag that up there, put on a little bit of an angle, and there you have it. That's your options over here in the character side of things. You've also got these really handy buttons down here that I'll show you what they do. I'll highlight the Bing section so we're only dealing with that. So for starters, you've got this bold option here where it literally just makes it bolder, or you can unclick that. You've got italics where you can do artificial italics on the text, even though there's no actual italic setting for this font. You can select all caps or no caps with this double T button here. If you unselect it, you can see the lowercase ing there on the Bing. And if I bring it back up like I had it, you've got all uppercase there. That's something really handy. Sometimes you've typed something up and you've used lowercase and uppercase, and you just want to see what it looks like all uppercase. You can just click that button right there. You've got a couple of different little positioning ones here that you can have a play around with, an underline and a strikeout as well. You can select all of them or none of them. The opportunities are endless. There's so many things you can do with this character box here, so I definitely recommend you use it. Oh, and last thing, I forgot to show you guys the color. So you can actually click on this box here and select any color in the whole palette. And I didn't realize because my logo is usually is white, so I'm just going to keep it back on white. But right there, you've got that color box. Super easy to make it work. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you learned how to use the text tool even better. This video has been part of a series called Know Your Tools, where we're going down every single tool in the toolbar and learning how to use it better or more efficiently to hopefully save some time on your projects. If you've been enjoying these, make sure you subscribe, put a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.